You know that feeling when something new pops up in tech, especially if it sounds like it could actually make a difference.
Yeah, totally.
So today we're going to try and get past the buzzwords, really look under the hood of CRUX. It's a Web3 thing aiming to use blockchain for, well, social good.
Exactly. And we've got some really interesting stuff to look at here. The PRD, the product requirements document, a light paper, and even the RIA DONI for their wallet.
Right, the source of material.
These are basically the blueprints, They lay out the vision, the plan. So our mission today in this deep dive is to figure out what CRUX actually is, how it's supposed to work.
And crucially, if it can really deliver on this idea of solidarity and social impact using blockchain.
That's the core question. How do all these bits fit together?
Okay, so let's start there. Solidarity, social impact, blockchain. What's the fundamental concept?
Well, at its heart, CRUX is basically a platform. It's built on the Cardano blockchain.
Okay, Cardano.
Yeah, and its main goals are pretty clear. Make charitable giving better, support social projects, that sort of thing.
And there's a token involved, the CRUX token.
Right, the CRUX token is kind of the fuel for the engine. It's meant to incentivize people to actually get involved. But the big sell, the key idea, is using the blockchain for transparency.
So accountability. You can actually see where the money goes.
That's the promise. Because every transaction is on this public, unchangeable ledger. It builds trust. Or it's supposed to. Cuts down on the where did my donation actually end up question.
Okay, that makes sense. So if I'm a user, someone who wants to, contribute, what can I actually do on this platform? What are the features?
Right. For a regular user, well, first, getting set up.
Yep.
Looks like they're offering a few ways in standard email sign-up. Connect your existing Cardano wallet.
Like Yoroi or Daedalus.
Exactly. Those are mentioned. And even social logins, probably to make it less intimidating for people new to crypto.
Makes sense. Lower the barrier to entry. Okay, so I'm in. What about the actual giving part?
The donation side seems pretty central. You'd use your CRUX tokens to donate, specifically to charities they've verified.
Verified is key there, I guess.
Definitely. And they're talking about real-time impact tracking. That's quite ambitious, but imagine seeing, updates on the project you funded almost immediately.
That would be different. What about beyond just donating cash or tokens?
Yeah, they also want users to get more involved in the actual project. So you might be able to browse different social impact initiatives on the platform.
Like volunteering opportunities or something?
Possibly. The documents also mention community voting on proposals, so users get a say in where resources go.
Okay, giving the community some control.
And here's a really interesting bit. Earning rewards.
Yeah.
They mention using smart contracts to reward participation.
Rewards. For doing good stuff. How would that work?
Think of it like automated agreements. Maybe if you log volunteer hours or complete certain tasks for a project, a smart contract automatically sends you some CRUX tokens. No middleman needed.
Huh. Tokenizing good deeds, essentially. Interesting incentive. What else is there for users?
There's also a payment system plan. The idea is you could use CRUX to buy things from businesses that partner with them. And when you make a purchase, maybe a small percentage automatically gets donated to a charity you've chosen, or one the business supports.
Oh, like a built-in donation with everyday spending.
Yeah.
That's quite clever, actually. Seamless.
Yeah, embedding the impact right into commerce. And to keep track of all this.
There must be a dashboard, right?
Yep, an activity dashboard.
Yeah.
Shows your donation history, rewards earned, projects you're involved with, kind of like your personal social impact tracker.
Okay.
And on top of the participation rewards, there are also staking rewards mentioned. Just for holding CRUX in your Cardano wallet, you could earn more tokens, which also helps secure the whole Cardano network.
Got it. So users get quite a few ways to interact.
Yeah.
You mentioned businesses earlier, too. The PRD talked about features for them.
Right. It's not just for individuals. For businesses, CRUX seems to be offering tools for both accepting payments and managing their corporate social responsibility, their CSR stuff.
How so?
Well, they plan to provide APIs and SDKs, basically, technical toolkits, so businesses can easily start accepting CRUX payments. And they could customize how donation portions work. Like maybe they set it so 1% of every CRUX sale goes to a specific foundation.
Right. Shop here and we donate X amount.
Exactly. And for the company's own CSR reporting, CRUX wants to offer transparent tools. Make it easy to track and show off their charitable giving. Automated workflows too, perhaps.
Streamlining the corporate giving process.
Seems to be the idea. Plus, they mention a dedicated onboarding process for businesses, marketing support. really trying to build out that side of the ecosystem.
Okay, individuals, businesses. Now let's talk tech. It's built on Cardano. Why Cardano specifically? What's the advantage there?
Good question. Cardano's big thing is its proof-of-stake consensus mechanism. It's generally seen as more energy efficient than, say, Bitcoin's proof of work.
Right, the environmental angle.
Yeah, and it's designed for security and scalability. Transactions should be pretty efficient. Plus, CRUX tokens are built to Cardano standards, meaning they should play nice with other Cardano-based apps and tokens.
Interoperability.
Exactly. And Cardano's focus on, academic peer review for its development adds a layer of perceived rigor.
And those smart contracts you mentioned for rewards, donations, that's Cardano functionality.
Yes, precisely. The smart contracts run on the Cardano network. They're the key to automating those reward distributions and donation allocations reliably and transparently. Tamper-proof, that's the goal.
Makes sense. Now, anytime you talk Web3, wallets, tokens, user experience and security come way up the list. What are they saying about that?
They definitely address it. The PRD talks about focusing on an intuitive interface, specifically mobile first. That seems smart for broad adoption.
Yeah, most people access things on their phones.
And multilingual support is planned too for global reach. Security-wise, they emphasize robust measures for the wallet integration, protecting user data, aiming for compliance with things like GDPR.
And the wallet itself, their idea probably had details.
It did. The CRUX Wallet README gets more specific. Secure login options, username, password, sure, but also connecting via an existing wallet, two-factor authentication, 2FA, even a PIN. Standard stuff, but important.
Encryption, too, presumably.
Yeah, SSL/TLS for data transmission. Basic security hygiene.
Okay, let's circle back to the CRUX token itself.
Yeah.
The light paper focused on that, right? What's its core purpose beyond just being, the money in the system?
Right. The light paper frames it as a fungible token, meaning, one CRUX is the same as any other CRUX, digital cash, basically.
Eats Kogan stuff.
But its specific design goal is to incentivize solidarity, that's the key phrase, to encourage engagement in social causes.
Through those reward mechanisms we talked about.
Exactly. The token is the reward, the payment method, the donation currency. And because it's on the blockchain, every transaction is, again, transparent and recorded forever. That visibility is meant to build trust. It literally tokenizes the act of participating in social good.
And how does CRUX itself, the platform, keep running? Is there a sustainability model baked in?
Yes, the light paper mentions a model where a small slice of transaction fees within the ecosystem gets funneled back into supporting charitable projects or community initiatives.
Ah, so the activity itself generates funding.
That's the plan, a kind of self-sustaining loop. Plus, its interoperability within the Cardano world could create more utility, and as we said, staking CRUX helps the network and rewards the holder.
Okay, and the wallet, based on the REABM, what are the absolute highlights there?
It's positioned as more than just storage. It's your hub for managing CRUX and AD Cardano's main coin.
Check balances, transaction history.
All that, yes. Securely send and receive. But also, it seems designed for different user types, individuals, merchants, even verified charities or institutions might have slightly different views or capabilities.
Interesting.
And it integrates the donation platform features, so you can browse charities, track your giving history, maybe even propose new causes, all from within the wallet.
So it's the main interface for most users, probably.
Very likely. The dashboard gives that overview of everything. The README even mentions the backend, tech, Python, Flask, a SQLite database, custom JWT for authentication.
Okay, some tech specific.
And it interfaces with the Cardano blockchain using the Blockfrost API, which is a common way to do that.
Right. So pulling it all together, the tech, the features, the token, what's the big picture, a ultimate why, what are they really trying to achieve?
The vision, repeated in the documents, is genuinely about incentivizing solidarity, using this tech stack to try and build a more inclusive and equitable world.
Lofty goals.
Absolutely. The main use cases are pretty clear. Making charitable donations transparent and traceable. Boosting trust there is huge.
Yeah, that's a perennial issue.
And providing a platform for social impact projects to launch, get support, maybe even be guided by community votes.
So empowering collective action, too.
That seems to be a major part of the vision.
And they have a plan to get there, a roadmap.
They do. It's phased. Q1 2025 is about the MVP, the basic wallet, donation features, getting the first charities on board.
Start small, prove the concept.
Exactly. Then Q2 is about bringing merchants in, adding the payment features, starting the reward systems.
Expanding the ecosystem.
Q3 focuses on going international, adding more advanced reporting for businesses. And Q4 is about scaling up, handling bigger projects, enabling staking rewards, more complex smart contracts.
So a step-by-step rollout over next year, basically.
It's like it.
Who are the key players making this happen? The stakeholders.
Well, you've got the core CRUX team, the developers, the managers, then the users, individuals donating and participating. The merchants who integrate the payment system are vital, and of course the charities and institutions receiving the funds and running the projects.
Multi-sided platform, really.
Definitely needs all those groups to work.
Now, no project like this is without risks. Did the PRD touch on potential problems?
It did. They acknowledged adoption risk, just getting enough people and businesses to actually use it. That's always a hurdle for new platforms.
How do they plan to tackle that?
Targeted marketing campaigns trying to build momentum early on. They also mentioned regulatory challenges.
Crypto and charity regulations. That sounds complicated.
Yeah, navigating finance and nonprofit rules globally. They say they'll use legal experts, which sounds essential, and naturally, technical risks.
Bugs, security holes.
Right. They stressed rigorous testing, security audits, standard best practices, but critical when you're handling money and aiming for trust.
Okay, so after digging through the PRD, the light paper, the re-ADM, what are the main things we should take away about CRUX? The elevator pitch, maybe?
I'd say CRUX is trying to leverage the Cardano blockchain for social impact. Key ideas are transparent donations, using the CRUX token to incentivize people to participate in good causes, and getting businesses involved through integrated payments and CSR tools.
All powered by that CRUX token and aiming for more trust and effectiveness in the social good space.
That sums it up pretty well. The token really is the linchpin connecting users, businesses, and charities in this ecosystem.
So, stepping back from CRUX specifically, when you look at projects like this, trying to apply blockchain to these kinds of problems, what does it make you think about? What's the bigger picture?
It's fascinating, isn't it? The potential for this technology blockchain to maybe fundamentally reshape how we think about charity and collective action.
Yeah.
Could that transparency really build significantly more trust?
That's the billion-dollar question, I suppose.
And this idea of incentivizing solidarity, rewarding participation through tokens, is that a genuinely sustainable model for driving social change, or just a novelty?
It definitely makes you wonder if we could move towards systems that are inherently more transparent, more engaging, and maybe ultimately more impactful.
Exactly. It prompts you to consider how technology might continue to evolve our approach to solving social problems, moving beyond just efficiency gains towards perhaps fundamentally new models of cooperation and impact. It's certainly something to keep an eye on.
Tired of juggling multiple crypto wallets? Introducing CRUX Wallet, your all-in-one solution for managing your CRUX tokens and ADA on the Cardano blockchain. See how easy it is to get started. The sleek and intuitive interface welcomes you with options to either create a brand new, secure Cardano wallet directly within the app, or effortlessly import an existing one using your 24-word recovery phrase. Security is paramount with CRUX Wallet. Enjoy peace of mind with robust authentication features, including secure username and password login, and the convenience of remembering your device with optional PIN protection. Once logged in, the clear and informative dashboard puts you in control. At a glance, you can view your balances for both ADA and CRUX tokens. Need to send or receive? The clearly labeled buttons make transactions a breeze. You can even easily tip other CRUX users or, most importantly, support causes instantly through the integrated donation platform. CRUX Wallet goes beyond just holding and transferring. Are you a business or organization looking to engage with the crypto community? The app allows you to easily register as a merchant or institution, opening up new possibilities within the Cardano ecosystem. Want to expand your holdings? CRUX Wallet provides convenient options to buy CRUX tokens with your existing ADA or USDA stablecoins. Stay informed with a clear overview of your donation impact. Track your total CRUX donated, see your contributions for the current month, and view the number of causes you supported. The recent transactions section keeps you up to date with all your wallet activity. For those interested in the wider CRUX community, the app even provides insights into CRUX champions, showcasing the top holders and CRUX heroes, recognizing those making the biggest impact through their donations. CRUX Wallet isn't just a wallet. It's a gateway to the Cardano ecosystem, built with security, ease of use, and community engagement in mind. Support causes instantly. Manage your CRUX and ADA with ease. Experience the power of CRUX Wallet.